students. Today I want to start with topic number 6 in electrochemistry, and that is application of the cell potential. My dear students, last time we discussed the Nernst equation. Now by the help of this Nernst equation we calculate the different thing by the help of cell potential also. So here I am putting the fourth terms which helpful to calculate the Kw, pH, etc. by the help of cell potential. So first point, on the basis of the value of cell potential, equilibrium constant Kc of the reaction can be determined. Second point, some titrations can be carried out by using cell potential. That titration is known as potentiometric titration. Dear students, we discussed the acid base titration in 11th standard. In 12th standard we discussed redox reaction based titration. So that is the new thing, that is called potentiometric titration. So I am giving you a little bit idea about the potentiometric titration which is not given in the textbook also. Potentiometric titration is useful for the application of the cell potential, or we say potentiometric titration is carried out by the help of cell potential is applied in the solution through variable battery. So on the basis of this titration is carried out. When we apply the electromotive force through variable battery, and then after some chemical reactions occur, and then we calculate the cell potential, so it is known as potentiometric titration. That terms is not given in the textbook also. Then third thing is we also calculate the solubility product. KSP means solubility product of the sparingly soluble salt can be determined. Can you tell me what is the meaning of sparingly soluble salt? Because that point is also discussed with you people in 11th standard in chapter number equilibrium. That is equilibrium chapter. We calculate the KSP for sparingly soluble salt. Now what is sparingly soluble salt? Sparingly soluble salt means those salt which are not 100% dissolved in water. That is called sparingly soluble salt. So that KSP value is also determined by the help of cell potential. Now the fourth point is by construction of the proper cell, that means electrochemical cell, on the basis of its potential value, we also calculate the pH of acidic solution, pOH of basic solution, and ionic product of water from the help of cell potential. So in this mode we calculate the four things. Again in short I am telling you, by the help of cell potential we draw the proper electrochemical cell. On it we calculate the pH of the acidic solution, we calculate the ionic product of water. Second point, we calculate the KSP of sparingly soluble salt. Third, we calculate the equilibrium constant Kc by the help of cell potential. And the fourth is we also calculate the some special type of titration is known as potentiometric titration by the help of this cell potential. Now dear students, how to measure the equilibrium constant by the help of cell potential? We understand by the help of this example. Look here. In this example you know very well, that is the topic number 1 of electrochemistry, that is known as the construction of electrochemical cell. So again we discuss the same cell, that is in electrochemical cell main principle is chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. You know very well because this is the first topic of this chapter which we already discussed. By the help of this topic, by applying the cell potential we calculate the equilibrium constant. So look here in a proper way. In this cell, when in the left hand side beaker we are taking ZnSO4 solution, right hand side is called another half cell, we are taking CuSO4 solution in it. We dip Zn electron in the left hand side solution, it is called anode. We dip the copper electron in the right hand side, is known as cathode. Both this electrode having the metals, so it is known as active metal. We also discussed the different types of electrode. There are the three types of electrode: active metal electrode, inert electrode, gas electrode. Out of these three we are using active metal electrode over here. Now by applying the 1.10 volt standard cell potential, now how you calculate the standard cell potential? So we are using the third topic, it is called EMF series. By the help of EMF series, right hand side standard reduction potential value of copper is 0.34 volt, Left hand side standard reduction potential value of zinc is minus 0.76 volt. When we calculate the E0 cell of this complete electrochemical cell, that is 1.10 volt. So when applied the total standard cell potential of this cell is equal to 1.10 volt through variable battery in the external circuit. At that time on anode, oxidation of zinc is converted into Zn2 plus ion by releasing of 2 electrons. On cathode, reduction is occurring in the solution. The migration of the electrons is moved from anode to cathode in the external circuit, and the copper plus 2 ion combined with the 2 electron of the solution and convert into copper. So copper is deposited over here, zinc is depleted, copper is deposited on cathode, zinc is depleted on anode. So on anode weight of zinc is decreased, on cathode weight of copper increased due to this reason. Now by applying the Nernst equation, it means here we applied all 5 theories or 5 topics to calculate the equilibrium constant. Now fifth point is Nernst equation is applied over here. So I am putting the Nernst equation. E cell is equal to E0 cell. Look here, E cell is equal to E0 cell minus 2.03 RT over NF into log concentration of Zn2 plus divided by concentration of copper 2 plus ion. It means by applying this Nernst equation, at equilibrium, total cell potential, look here, E cell, that means total cell potential is equal to 0.00 volt. Why? Because I am applying the here standard reduction potential value is exactly 1.10 volt. At exactly 1.10 volt, between the two solution, equilibrium is established. Due to that reason, total cell potential has become 0. And at that time, the concentration of zinc ion and the copper ion in the solution becomes equal. So I am taking here E cell is equal to 0 is equal to E0 cell minus 0.0591 upon n into log Kc. Now how we say that 0.0591? So I am already informed you in the last lecture, the value of 2.303 into value of R is 8.314, temperature is 298, and Faraday divided by 96pi00, it gives you total value is 0.0591. Again, 2.303 into 8.314 into 298 divided by 96pi00 gives 0.0591 divided by n into log Kc. Now Kc means concentration of Zn2 plus divided by copper 2 plus ion is known as Kc. Now how many number of electron transfer from the solution? Whatever the charge of the ion, it becomes the number of transfer of the solution, that is 2. So here I am putting here 2. Due to that reason, 0.0591 by 2 is called 0.0296 into log Kc equal to, what is the value of E0 cell? So we calculate over here, E0 cell value is 1.10 watt. So we substitute this value over here, 1.10 is equal to 0.0296 into log Kc. Now this is multiple sign, look here, that is multiple. When it move in the left, in opposite direction, so it divided. By the help of mathematical rule, we applied this equation, 1.10 divided by 0.0296 is equal to log Kc. So value is 37.2881. Look here, that is 37.2881. Value of this 1.10 divided by 0.0296 is. So log Kc is equal to 37.2881. Now this log going in opposite direction, it become anti-log. So anti-log of 37.2881. Now 37 anti-log is 10 raised to 37. And the remaining term, that is 0.2881 anti-log is 1.9471. I have already informed you how to calculate the anti-log on a simple calci also. Okay. Thank you.